everybody! What even was that? That's not even a proper intro. Here's one, though. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Electric Shock. It's Stikdude special. Now, no, this is not a video about protons and neutrons and atoms and molecules. No, just because it says electric shock. It's nowhere near education related. Well, I mean, it kind of is education related, but I'll get to why it's called the title. Shoot. I'm not even sure if I'll have enough energy to edit after this. So, expect a lot of mistakes. Because I'm pretty sure that I'll be making a lot of them. Anyway, later in the video, I'll discuss why this video is called the Electric Shock. And why it's semi-education related. It's not something that'll teach you anything. But it's something that I feel like I've been bottling up for a long time and I need to get it out of my system, you know. Anyway, since this video is longer than normal, I think I should say or announce or whatever a couple things before I get into the main story. So, one, I've been mentioning this for I don't even know how long, but it's probably been a couple videos worth. So, the comment section's turned off. Hopefully by the time of this video's release, they're turned back on fully. So, I would say that, but I'm not the best at predicting the future, so if they're turned on, they're turned on. If they're not turned on, they're not turned on. You'll have to wait a little longer. Sorry. I'm also impatient, so you're not the only ones. And if you are patient, well then that's nice. That's good job. I like it when people are patient with me. It defies my personality. Another thing that I'd like to announce is that I'd like to split this video up into parts. Not parts of like, I'll do part 1 now and then release part 2 soon. No, I'm not making it multiple different videos. I'm doing it all in one video. Boom. That's why it's a special video. So I hope you enjoy it. I worked extremely hard on it. But when I planned it all out, it was like 8 parts. But then again, that was just the plan. So if there's more or less, then like I just said, I'm not good at predicting the future, so just trust me on this. So, here's part 1. The BEFOREMATH. Hopefully a lot of you have heard the phrase aftermath. Which, if you haven't heard that phrase, it means what happens afterward. Or after something happens. I'm doing this off no script, so I don't know what I'm saying. I'm winging it, okay? But still, I'm naming this section the BEFOREMATH because this is before what happened. Because it's one part of the title. The whole thing that I'm about to explain is the shock of my entire life. So that's one of the words. And then electric, I'll just tell you about later. So, before I went into the 4th grade, which is 3rd grade and below, and the summer vacation of 3rd grade. And when I say that, I mean like the summer vacation going into 4th grade. Anyway, before I went to the 4th grade, I was an extremely nice, peppy, and upbeat kid. You could say I was like the extrovert of all extroverts. I loved meeting people. I loved going outdoors and playing. I loved all that. I mean, like, look, here's a picture of little me. I don't remember exactly how old it was, but you can see that I'm pretty young. And I don't exactly look like I'm in 4th grade yet. That's probably why I look so happy. No, I'm just kidding. 4th grade didn't turn me into, like, a bum. But it did make me into something that I call an extroverted introvert. Sometimes I still like meeting people and seeing people, but I'd rather spend my day cooped up playing video games and watching YouTube videos. So, that should tell you a lot about who I am. I go from an upbeat person to... I don't even know what I'm supposed to be called. Because I don't live in a basement, so that's good. That's very good. I don't even have a basement in my house. So... finish the recording and we'll let you out. But... oh, come on! I don't want to finish the recording! Just let me out! How do I have a secret basement? Fine. I'll finish the recording. Good, that's what you want to hear. And what I want to hear is fresh air. Anyway, more talking. 'Cause that's the kind of person I am. I'm a talky guy. Oh, and by the way, next time you have to tell me that you installed a secret basement in my house. 'Cause I can legally sue you for this. I have a phone, you know. Anyway. So, since I didn't get to make a joke in the last video because of, you know who, I'm going to make a joke in this video. And it kind of relates to my personality. I know it's off track, but I still want to do it anyway. So, you know how when some people go outside and have the wind in their hair, and the sun is shining, and the birds are chirping, and this sounds like a fairy tale? Yeah, no, that's not what I do. You see, when I'm outside, I really want to get back inside, because the mosquitoes, and the sun in my eyes, and it's too hot. So yeah, I go back inside, and I feel all of the artificial wind inside. Fresh air conditioning. What, you expect me to be original with my jokes? 'Cause that was original. Dang it. I have nothing else to say for this segment. So, anyway, on to the next segment. The beginning of the year. The beginning of the year started off after a great summer vacation because I think this is when I didn't have to read. So that made my summer actually fun and non-pressurizing because I'm a procrastinator and I don't want to read. But I'm forced to by the American government system and education system and God knows whatever else system. But anyway, in the 4th grade, I had 2 teachers. I had a teacher that I'll call Mrs. White. Her name wasn't actually Mrs. White, but, you know, that's just what I'm going to call her. I know that some people have a last name of White, but that wasn't her actual last name. And I had another teacher named, well, yeah, I'll call her Mrs. Electric. And that's why this video is called The Electric Shock. Yay, give me a round of applause. I don't hear any. Hopefully you, the viewer through the screen, are doing it. Please. Anyway, Miss White was my homeroom teacher. And Ryan's homeroom teacher was Mrs. Electric. And I'm just gonna say this. Me and Ryan have always had swapped teachers. From 3rd to 5th grade. So, in the 3rd grade, I had 2 teachers. And one of them I'll call Mrs. Latte. Mrs. Latte, I know you watch my videos. And I mean, I still remember the time when... Stop doing miscellaneous tangents and get back to recording. Fine, just let me finish up this last tangent. And also, no promises! This is a free video thing. Stop telling me what to do every video. I really need to get rid of that guy. So anyway, my homeroom teacher was someone who I'll call... Actually, her name was so unique that I can't really think of anything. So, I'm just gonna call her my 3rd grade teacher. Well, my homeroom teacher. Yeah, one of my third grade teachers, which you know who I'm talking about, was my homeroom teacher, and Ryan's homeroom teacher was Mrs. Latte. And for fourth grade, my homeroom teacher was Miss White, and Ryan's homeroom teacher was Miss Electric. And for fifth grade, I'm not going to discuss fifth grade because Mr. Bossy Pants won't let me probably. You know what? I'm going to get rid of you. Infinity Gauntlet. No! Boom! You're out of existence! Finally, now I can do the video in peace. Oh, shoot! The door is still locked. I'm gonna bet a crisp dollar bill that it's only gonna unlock once I'm done with this video. So, anyway, during the beginning of the year, both teachers had set up this weird spy thing. There were red strings all around the room going from wall to wall to wall, and you know what I'm talking about. But basically, it was a spy thing, classic spy movies, and there wasn't a specific spy movie theme to it. There were just a bunch of red strings that you had to avoid. Nothing bad happened if you touched them, they were just fun. So, you were supposed to go up and down, left and right through the lasers, and find your desk seat. I'm assuming that the kid who was closest to the door had it easiest. Because, you know. Anyway, I found my seat, Ryan found his seat. We were both in the separate classrooms, but I would assume he found his seat. He's not the type of person that would get lost. He never has been. But basically, all I'm saying is that the beginning of the year went smoothly. There were no major bumps in the road, and everything went fine. So, now let's move on to random miscellaneous stuff, kind of, and the middle of the year. Like I just explained, the beginning of the year went on without any major problems. But as the year went on, things started to go downhill. And by that, I mean very downhill. The average day in fourth grade went like this. Start off the day in your homeroom, do a little bit in your homeroom, then switch over to your second teacher for a few hours. Then you would go back to your homeroom teacher for the rest of the day. So, life would be a complete nightmare when I was in Mrs. Electric's room. And I actually have a few stories of when I was in her room. So, I'll share those now. One of the stories is that she made a reputation for me. That I was some kind of, I don't even know, some kind of weird loser who should have no friends. So, since I had this reputation, she also made it to where I would freak out all the time. So, for an experiment one day, she made another kid kick the wall to show something. But then on the other side, which was Mrs. White's room, the kids on the other side were saying, "Man, who is that kicking the wall?" And one of the kids said, "It's probably Matthew." And I do not know what to say. And actually, I couldn't say anything. Me and my brother would always tell my mom something, or usually what happened throughout the day on the car ride home. So, that day, Ryan told my mom. Yeah. Truly horrific. I still remember that story. And I still remember a lot of other stories, so I'm about to say more, because I'm pretty sure that's what makes good content. But first, let me look at my watch that I totally had this entire time and didn't just make up. Oh no. It's getting close to the 15-minute mark, and you know what that means. Just kidding, you don't. So, my recording program allows me up to 15 minutes of audio, which means, well, at the time of recording this, I didn't exactly know. So the beginning of the video, when I said I wouldn't split this into parts, I accidentally lied. So, meet me back in part 2 for more stories and finishing up what happened to me. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Brush your teeth!